so much confusion out there. So much. Are we still filming?
Yeah.
Right. So much confusion out there with sugar, isn't there? Don't eat fruit. Fruit turns to sugar. Fruit's full of sugar. Fruit turns to fat. Don't eat rice. Rice is full of glucose. Glucose turns to fat. Don't eat bread. Don't eat pizza. Don't eat pasta. Don't eat anything that's sweet or anything carbohydrate, because carbohydrates turns to sugar and sugar turns to fat. You've heard me say that many years, many times over the last decade on YouTube. And that's the reality. You even have vegans saying, oh, fruit's bad, too much sugar, don't eat that. Have maple syrup instead. I don't know maple syrup's full of sucrose. Oh, don't eat rice has got carbs. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, carbs are good, rice is okay. Natural sources, not artificial things like refined sugar. But refined sugar is not artificial. Refined sugar is sucrose. Sucrose is found in fruits and vegetables, right? Sucrose is two molecules, fructose and a glucose together equals sucrose, right? In a bag of white rice, brown rice, it's just glucose, maltose, two glucose polymers. So it's just, people just don't get it, you know? I even listened to a Rich Roll podcast the other day. He had some doctor on there, Dr. Confused or someone like that, I can't remember what the name was. And he's like, oh, you know, like fruit's okay a bit, but refined sugar's bad because refined sugar causes insulin resistance. And then that causes elevated insulin, that causes hypertension and obesity. And it's like, what? No, no, man, look at my face. Look how lean I am. Look at Natasha behind. And look how little training we do. But me and Natasha, we could walk up to the Olympics, sneak in there, wear a Polish jersey or an Aussie jersey or a Russian jersey, and say, yeah, I'm here to compete in the marathon or the 5K or the cycling. And nobody would blink an eyelid, right? But we'd get dropped in the first fucking corner probably because we're not that fit compared to the Olympic level. But we look like Olympic athletes. And that's because the high carbohydrate diet, long-term, vegan, it works. It works. And throw in a bit of cycling, a bit of running, and your performance will go up pretty quick. Very, very quick, you know. You see people I've coached over the years. So this whole confusion about sugar causes hypertension, how? Like seriously, what's the mechanics behind sugar causing hypertension? How? Hypertension is high blood pressure. My blood pressure is almost a little bit too low sometimes. You know, so with Natasha, if we don't eat enough, sort of stand up and get a little bit dizzy, you know what I mean? So it's like, where's the hypertension? Where is that? Sugar causes insulin resistance. Where's our insulin resistance? Insulin resistance automatically will make you quite big and quite plump. You'll be like an apple on legs. Because insulin is an anabolic hormone. So we've got to understand the mechanics of how things work. Fat paralyzes insulin. Probably the only person out there who's sort of congruent to some degree would be Bernard and McDougall, but they still contradict themselves. Bernard says carbohydrates are great, sugar causes insulin sensitivity, increases it, but then he says don't eat dates or don't eat, you know, too much bananas or whatever. It's like, what I'm reading a book and I'm like, how do I recommend this? Bernard, you contradict yourself from page to page. And McDougall does some incredible stuff as well, just basically copying Walter Kempner's rice diet, which is rice, sugar and fruit. McDougall adds his own potatoes and stuff in there. But McDougall even admits that sugar causes insulin sensitivity, which is what we want, and fat causes insulin resistance, which is what we don't want, because there's elevated insulin with fat insulin resistance, and elevated insulin is going to, you know, increase inflammation. It's going to increase your hypertension. It's going to add more weight to your body, cause more obesity and diabetes, etc. So we've got to look at the mechanics of how things work. And there's nobody out there in the world who can show me that sugar actually causes hypertension, you know? They might go, oh, there's a fat person over there with hypertension. What do you eat? Oh, you eat sugar. Okay, no, that's a correlation. It's not a causation. It's just like, you know, I might have a Porsche and there's a broken wall over there, but did the Porsche cause a broken wall, or was it my stupid driving, you know? So is it the sugar people are eating, or is it the fat they're eating causing the insulin resistance, you know? Oh, we're going to blame the sugar. It's easy to blame the sugar now. If you don't blame sugar for everything and you're wrong in your life, then you're sort of not part of the status quo anymore. Look at this in my back pocket here. Look at that. I'm going to bottle of full sugar soda, mate. This, you know, probably in 2 years' time will be contraband. I'll probably go to Pentridge prison, you know, lockdown for this. This is sugar, mate. This is fucking sugar in this. I'm in the park. I feel must be a little bit bad, a bit naughty. Having some sugar on public. So I was probably going to call the cops. Seriously, the sugar and inflammation thing, how? Someone, link me down below. Link me down below. Even Dr. Greger.
Oh.
Oh, the guy, Gregor's worth $8 million. Mr. Charity.
And he says 2 handfuls of berries a day. It's like, where do you want to get your energy?
10 litres of green tea a day, he recommends. Not 10 litres, but a couple of litres of green tea a day. It's like... And Gregor, so the guy is like confusing so many people. Now, he doesn't even put out good content, really. He just copies other stuff and just floats out there. He got the Daily Dozen, which is like a calorie restriction program. People say, oh, no, that's not a minimum. That's not a maximum, hun. It's like a minimum. It's just a... But that's never... I don't know, Tasha, is that just me? Is he explicitly saying this is like a...
No, it's not clear to me.
It's not clear to me either, you know? It may be a diet... If someone can link me down below where Gregor says that's like a minimum, let me know. My understanding, that's like a maximum or a goal per day. Got that done, then you're done. That's like 1,200 calories a day or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so...
And the thing is, he's just not clear enough. Like, I read about 100 pages of his book, How Not to Die, and for someone who doesn't know the truth, they're just going to be more confused than ever.
Yeah, I agree.
And especially that traffic light system he uses, people won't get it.
So you're an athlete, you need some sugar, or you want to be an athlete. You know, say you're a 120 kilo mum with 5 kids, and you're sweating around, you're trying to like go for a jog, walk the dog or whatever, and you're sweating and you're like, I'm really hungry, but you can't eat some sugar. No. You got to have berries, maybe a green or yellow banana.
And 3 Brazil nuts.
3 Brazil nuts, and that's your food. And then you're 120 kilos, you're starving. Like, I've reached my daily dozen, I can't go more than that. Can't have some soft drink. I'm doing the Gregor's plan. That's why no athlete does a Gregor plan.
For sure.
Soft drink is the same. It's a red light food, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Bacon's a red light food. So in Gregor's world, bacon and soft drink, red light. So the person's like, well, might as well have bacon then. Bacon tastes better than soft drink for most people, you know?
But the thing is, in his traffic light system, that soft drink is red, but a lean chicken breast is sort of like orange.
Greg's not even vegan himself.
No joke.
I've never heard him say, hey guys, I've been doing vegan for long. No. He's just a dude worth $8 million, and good on him for being a smart businessman exploiting people's generosity. Please donate to the charity. My charity. It's worth $8 million. I was talking to Vegan Foot Soldier today on email, and he goes, yeah, it's $8 million, but like, he can't touch it. And I was like, whose money is it? Where is it, you know?
Exactly.
Fucking people are dumb, man. You got even like Vegan Foot Soldier out there who eats sugar, lean like me, but then saying sugar's bad. And Gregor's like, charity case is $8 million is legit. Anyway, so there's a lot of confusion out there. So even Gregor, Mr. Anti-Sugar, doesn't even have a six-pack, doesn't have a lean body. You know what I mean? It's like, hang on, like, what do people listen to? Who are people taking advice to? So
They're only listening to him because he has that doctor status. And I see people who do his plan in Facebook groups saying how much they're struggling every day. They're struggling with their weight, struggling with their emotions. They feel guilt for having a few tablespoons of maple syrup on their oatmeal because it doesn't meet Gregor's requirements.
And maple syrup,
that is the world we live in.
Look, it's crazy, man. That's why the vegan movement's getting a lot of push right now, a lot of momentum. I just had some vegan junk food tonight, the Hungry Jacks and stuff like that, just going in there and testing some stuff out. And it's definitely growing momentum, but once people dig deep into it, they're like, oh, I want to do this vegan thing for life, you know, more than just say I want to have a vegan burger here and there. Like, I want to be full on vegan. Where are they going to go? Where are they going to go? You know what I mean? Go to Rich Roll podcast. You might hear me talk on there back in the day and get some good information. And then you'll hear some doctor confused saying don't eat too much fruit or sugar's bad. Sugar's the same as bacon. It's like, fuck. So people just so confused out there. It's really, really, really sad. But here's the thing, is to take a message for people out there. Understand the mechanics about how something works. Always look at the mechanics, and then you'll go, okay, this person's contradicting themselves. How does sugar cause insulin resistance?
And most people are contradicting themselves.
Massively.
Even the plant-based doctors, which is very unfortunate.
It's crazy, man. I've read all their books, and I can't see one of them hasn't contradicted himself at some point. So, which is, I mean, I'm glad they're doing what they're doing, but it's like, man, how does McDougall and Bernard and stuff contradict themselves?
Especially McDougall, who sells refined rice products on the shelf at the supermarket. Refined rice, refined sugar.
Which I like. Those
Me
foods
too.
are tasty.
It's tasty, but don't say it's bad and then sell it.
Oh,
like,
man.
what?
So that's fucking hypocritical as fuck, you know. But it's not just hypocritical. But it's very confusing for the noob out
It's
there.
confusing and unfair for them because they're in this constant state of struggle.
Yeah.
And I'm always trying to explain it to them, but they're like, oh, but like, you're not a doctor, you're not this, you're not that. It's like, look at my results and look at you in Struggle Town.
Bingo.
Try it out for yourself and stop the fads.
Yeah, and I guess people might say, hey, you and Natasha, you're hypocrites. You eat some fatty vegan food occasionally. It's like, yeah, we're super lean. If we didn't eat that food, man, we'd waste away. We'd be like, what,
sure.
0.0% body fat. We have to get like one of the cats and like do a body fat transfusion. I'd have to bring up Gregor on the phone and go, Gregor, can I get a body fat transfusion, bro? I need a couple of extra kilos, you know? It's like far out. Like, but anyway, so people can say we're wrong. It's not that, you know, I'm not saying that we're right. It's like nature's right. All the science out there shows it. Nobody in the world can show me that sugar causes insulin resistance. Sugar alone, you know. I've never ever met anyone who did a high carb, low fat, super low fat, no overt fats, you know. Even Robbie Barbaro, type 1 diabetic for many, many, many years, into raw food, high sugar, fruitarianism. We did a bike ride a couple years ago in Los Angeles, and I'm pretty sure he said he had the best insulin levels he's ever had, best sugar levels he's ever had, best insulin sensitivity he ever had, just doing a bike ride and stuff like that. You know, it's just so that's pretty cool for me to, you know, share results and experiences like that with people who experience type 1 diabetics or whatever. And I've had many type 1 diabetics friends say the same thing. They eat like me or do a bit of bike riding as well. Insulin sensitivity, best ever. So that's how it works, man. So sugar, fruit, white rice, rices, carbohydrates increase insulin sensitivity. Fats, animal products decrease insulin sensitivity by increasing insulin resistance. Simple as that. That's the mechanics of it. Inflammation wise, if someone's got a really lean face, very low inflammation there. Very flat, lean stomach. Face is the first one. If your face is round and stuff, you've got
Round and red.
Round and red and
puffy.
You know, that's the first sign of inflammation is your face. It's their biological readout, the face. And so that's a giveaway there. So where's my inflammation there? And you'll see that. You see that a lot with people who eat this high-fat diet. They're very inflamed, puffy looking. And yeah, understanding the mechanics of stuff. How does sugar cause inflammation? Impossible. High blood sugar, yeah. But that's not sugar, that's the fat. That's causing insulin resistance. That's what people do. Is like, oh, it's got high blood sugar, it must be the sugar. No. It's the fat causing insulin resistance. The fat paralyzes insulin receptor sites, causing elevated insulin levels, higher blood sugars. High blood sugars and causing more insulin to be released. And then you got those things, you know, advanced glycation end products, all that glycation stuff. Glycated hemoglobin A1C goes up with fat intake. Mechanics, man. Do the blood test and mechanics. End of story.